Racers are ready to go. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. The injury to Derrick Rose. This really, Clark, is...
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Kept alive. 3. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
That shot's good from Park.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Stolen by Jackson. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Detroit.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Pick up by Hill. Here's Park. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Pistons leading by 4. To the middle. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And Jennings drops them both. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Park. Rebound by the Pistons. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem. Hey, shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Knocks down the 3 ball. The professor's got 11 points.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Jennings drives in. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 7 points for Brandon Jennings.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they need.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Detroit leading by 8. Johnson with it. George picks him up, kicks it to Jackson. 3-pointer, another 3 for Detroit.
Had dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Brandon Jennings. He's putting up about 16 points, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Ilyasova comes in for Bargnani. Marcus Morris is checked in for Johnson. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Brandon Jennings.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And, Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
Jackson passes to Baines. Out to Morris. Caldwell-Pope dishes to Baines. Jackson. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
Kevin, it's been a real struggle losing all 3 games thus far this season. I asked him what makes it such a difficult matchup for them, and he said, I think their execution offensively is really underrated. They can just pick you apart. We've kind of been stumped by them so far, but we're very motivated to get this win tonight. Guys trying to avoid the season sweep. Let's see what happens.
Doris, so keeping the opposing shooters in check, guys, they're making that a very high priority right now.
I think that's smart. I mean, you have to identify what your opponent's strengths are, and he's done it correctly.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, if you let their shooters get even a tad comfortable, you're playing with major fire there.
Pacers trail by 12. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Used the screen and took it all the way.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over. And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
And the defense needs to recognize that and get to the shooters. It's imperative that they get a hand up.
Rejected by Park. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Jakar Sampson's checked in for Detroit. And Indiana with a change here, too. Ellis is checked in. Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. With 4 seconds on the clock, And the wide open shot from Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 5.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to.
I think I had that all my life. I always.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down a triple.
They've got Jennings. Bargnani is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Johnson, and it's Sampson in at the shooting guard position. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. No good from Park.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
To the middle. Wants to get it to Miles and does. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Miles has got his second bucket of the night. Pistons leading by 10. Right side, Jennings. The rebound by Park.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And the basket by Johnson.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
There's a break in the action, so a rundown now. The most reliable power forwards and centers over the past month comes to shooting the basketball. 5th, Andre Drummond.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and you've got to have a mix of options if you're going to shoot a high percentage like these guys do. You've got to be able to establish good position, and then you've got to have a nice feel around the bucket with both hands. Boy, you've got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
The shot misses. Sampson kicks to Bargnani. Here's Johnson. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. He's putting up 31 points per, over 5.5 steals, and 6 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
Hasbro's checked in for the Pacers. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors delivered quite a performance. He finished with 60 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
They set the screen, and George now top of the key. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Ilyasova comes in for Bargnani. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Jakar Sampson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Left side, George. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal foul.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
And the Pistons making a change here. Morris has checked in.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
To the inside, here's Ilyasova. Carlos Boozer pulls it in. Pacers trail by 10. Here's George. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Baines. Boozer with the rebound. The Pacers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Hands it from downtown. Jackson's got 18 points in the game.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Park passes to Turner. Here's the professor. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive by Indiana, and that one's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Pass to Jackson.
When they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you... to spark something electric to get your teammates fired up.
You can see where the Pistons rank in the league stats over these last 10 games now. 5th in steals, 7th in assists. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And that ranking in the steals category, airtight perimeter defense, is one of the things that makes this team go. Their aggressiveness, for me, sets them apart.
Shot clock at 6. And here's Morris for 3. That's good. Morris has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough. And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
Here's Ilyasova. Again, the Pistons score. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Raptors.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here's Morris. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Here's Jackson. That drops. Jackson's got 7 points for the quarter.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
From deep three-point range, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so that brings the first half to a close.
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I mean, I've just been trying to take what the defense gives me.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Just absolute domination in this one for the professor. He's got 27 points and also 5 steals. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Hill is out there with Carlos Boozer, and it's Park in at point guard. Jennings drives in. Drummond a screen. Jennings dishes to Johnson. 5 to shoot. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Park from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. The professor's got 32 points. Pistons leading by 8. Here's Jackson. He's got 20. Bargnani a screen on Stuckey. And the rejection.
Move it.
From downtown. The shot misses. And it's Detroit the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Johnson kicks to Jackson. He feeds it to Bargnani. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Bargnani. And he banks in the layup. Bargnani's got 6 points.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
90 seconds now into the second half. Park from deep three-point range, but they get it back.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
To the inside. And George with the stuff.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Jackson kicks to Jennings. Inside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. They get Carlos Boozer.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for Rodney Stuckey. Here's Park. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Bargnani a screen on Ellis. Goes up off the pick. And Drummond throws it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
For Indiana, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Here's the professor. He has 38 in the game. Over to the wing. Here is Miles. He's guarded by Johnson. Miles, that's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.